Asia, South America and part of Africa are becoming hostile to journalists as they report on political and conflict issues in these areas. According to the Committee to Protect Journalists, 1,054 journalists have been killed while on duty since 1994. In 2014 alone, 14 journalists were killed in the line of duty. In Egypt, 3 Al Jazeera journalists have been held in the state custody for over 150 days. The past weekend, one Pakistani leading journalist, Hamid Mir, was shot 6 times in Karachi while on his way to the office to attend a meeting. It is clear that journalists are no longer safe to work in these areas. Mr. B, why do you think journalists are always targeted in conflict areas, either killed, kidnapped, or they go missing?
I don't think that they're always targeted. I think it happens from time to time, and that's the nature of war. I mean, you can't predict what's going to happen. I think that sometimes journalists are specifically targeted because they're looking for information which one of the two sides doesn't want to get out.
Okay. Now, from your experience, will you say journalists should avoid these conflict areas, or should they seek other alternatives?
Well, the only way to get the information is actually to be there. And the best thing is to have good contacts, people you can trust, who can tell you when it's safe to go someplace and whether it's not safe. It doesn't always work out that way. One time I was in Sierra Leone and I went with some rebels into rebel hill territory, and I was under the protection of a rebel leader. But a rival rebel group came while I was there and basically kidnapped me for a couple of hours. If you're covering conflicts, then that's what you have to do. I mean, you can do some of it from behind your computer screen, but to actually get the real information and find out what's going on the ground, you have to go there yourself.
Live from Pakistan by one of Pakistani journalist and broadcaster, he is Zishan Hussain. Zishan, would like to ask you about what your perspective or your thoughts are during the weekend's attack on Hamid Mir.
Being a journalist in Pakistan is really a tough job because conflicting interests are always there. You have to handle, and you don't have to take sides, and you have to come out clean with your truth you have found, and making it sure.
Appears to be like a glimmer of hope. 4 French journalists who had been held hostage in Syria for 10 months have been released. The increasing number of journalists being killed, kidnapped or declared missing may continue if interested parties continue to view journalists as threats and opponents.